Well. The FBI decided to quietly drop a nothing to see here memo about Jeffrey Epstein on a Sunday night at 9:30 p.m. on 4th of July weekend. Because nothing screams transparency like burying a bombshell while Americans are busy watching fireworks and grilling burgers. According to the memo, Epstein didn't have a list, didn't blackmail anyone, and yep, he deleted himself. Again, do they really think we are that stupid? They thought we wouldn't notice, but we did. And now we're going to rip this government-issued bedtime story to shreds. Ladies and gentlemen, gather around the campfire of common sense, because the FBI and the DOJ are back with another bedtime story for the American people. This time it's about the ghost of Jeffrey Epstein. And wouldn't you know it, the story ends with the same way every government cover-up ends, with no accountability, no transparency, not a single powerful name getting touched. Shocker. Apparently the list, it's a long one, has one name. Prince Andrew. That's the only confirmed name. So let me get this straight. The Federal Bureau of Integrity, now run by Trust Me Cash Patel and former cop turned company man Dan Bongino, just issued a memo through Axios of all the cesspool news reporting platforms, claiming that Jeffrey did in fact self-delete, had no list, and didn't blackmail one single soul. That's right, folks. According to our trusty institution, Epstein, the man with a private jets full of underage people, a private island, and elite global connections, maybe the Mossad, had nothing on anyone. No compromat, no secrets, no list. Just a sad little man who, in the words of the FBI, tied a bed sheet, made some bad choices, and quietly passed into the night. Yeah. And Hunter Biden's laptop was just a digital coloring book. Here's the best part. The memo claims there was a comprehensive search of every cabinet, drawer, hard drive, thumb drive, dusty desk, and squeaky floorboard. And despite recovering over 300 gigabytes of data and physical evidence, they found nothing of importance. No names, no logs, no pay for play, just random data. Probably Sudoku puzzles and cat videos. Scoop. But wait, didn't Pam Bondi go on live TV and tell America she had the list on her desk? I believe she did say this. Let's check this out. Let's listen to Pam in her own words.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that. I'm reviewing JFK files, MLK files. That's all in the process of being reviewed because that was done at the directive of the president from all of these agencies.
So have you seen anything that you said, oh my gosh?
Not yet.
Okay. Well,
all right. Not yet. Not yet. Pam. So she went on live television and told America she had the list on her desk and was actively reviewing it. Did she misplace it? Did it vanish in a puff of FBI fairy dust? Or was she just told to zip it once the memo started getting prepped? And now the DOJ is trying to tie a bow on a case, on a pig, saying no more Epstein records will be released. That's it. Case closed. Nothing to see here. Move along. Shut up. That's what we're being told. And just when you thought the gaslighting couldn't get thicker than DC humidity, John Brennan's back in the news, potentially facing perjury for lying under oath during the Russia hoax. But don't hold your breath, because the deep state will always win. John Brennan may face perjury issues after the CIA director, Ratcliffe, review uncovers Russia hoax testimony. Do we think anything's going to happen to that? I'm sure he'll get a couple of book deals, be able to go on The View and maybe get a part-time job. Meanwhile, overseas, Israel is dropping more warheads on foreheads back to, on the Houthis in Yemen because they're firing more missiles towards Tel Aviv. Back home, Elon Musk has officially driven his credibility off of a cliff, launching a third party, a political fantasy that Trump himself called a train wreck. And he's right. You split the American vote, and we're done. It's a vanity project, and like that, you're handing 2026 to the Democrats on a platinum platter. At this rate, Musk might as well be funding the DNC directly, and he could have been. Folks, this is what happens when you mix corruption with cowardice. They dangle justice in front of us like a carrot, only to yank it away the moment it gets too close to the Clintons, to Bill Gates, or to anyone else on the guest log to the island. But here is the truth. If Epstein really had no dirt, no names, no leverage, he'd still be alive. You don't take out the man holding nothing. You don't take out the man holding nothing. I'll say that again. If he had anything, well, you know what happened. So no, I don't buy it. And if you still got 2 working brain cells and a BS detector, neither should you. If you're tired of being lied to by the FBI, the DOJ, and every alphabet agency in DC, then join the movement. Become a channel member today and help me keep real truth alive while they try to bury it at 9:30 on a holiday weekend. Hit the join button. Stand with patriots who pay attention. We'll get right into this. We got a lot of stuff to go over. This is a salacious little thing that they had going on. You saw the clip there from Pam herself. Remember this? Where they paraded all of these content creators? And they all went to DC and got binders? Wonder what was in those binders. Coloring books? Color by number? Maybe some yoga classes? Look how proud they are. Hey, we got the binders. Epstein log flight 1 or some crap. There's DC Drano. I think that's Natalie Winters over here. This is hilarious. The more I think about it through this lens, I mean, the lady here in the dark hair, that's Libs of TikTok. Yeah. Kind of strange, guys. Here we've got Alina Haba back in February on Piers Morgan. Listen to this.
But in this case, in Epstein's case, it is incredibly disturbing. We have flight logs, we have information, names that will come out.
Is it going to be shocking?
I don't see how it's not shocking that there were so many individuals that were hidden and kept secret and not been held accountable. Let's talk about the reverse. I believe in accountability. So you have to now go through your process. Now, I won't say they're guilty until they go through their time in court. But again, now it's time for accountability. We have seen for so many years, Pierce, in this country, many investigations, subpoenas, testimonies in Congress, et cetera, et cetera. But there's a general frustration with accountability. We take it halfway. We don't take it home. And I really believe that now with Cash and Pam, there will be accountability.
Really? She said it right there at the end. And I believe right now with Cash and Pam, there will be accountability. Alina Haba, I like everything that, well, I don't know. They got thrown a table scrap as all those binders are. I think you're right, Don. But I mean, Cash and Pam, where do we go next with Cash and Pam? Should Cash and Pam resign in disgrace? Should they be fired? Should they be called on the carpet? Love to get your take in the chat. I see a lot of chat flying right now. We've got 1,400 people watching right now. Let me know in the chat. Should they resign? Should Bongino quit? I mean, That was the voice of reason. Dan built an entire program out of slamming Joe Biden and basically just telling us this. Look at this. This is from 2023 to 2025. We'll listen to it from the man himself.
Listen, that Jeffrey Epstein story is a big deal. Please do not let that story go. Keep your eye on this. Catherine Rumler, we need to keep the heat on this case, folks. There are a lot of people who are knee deep in the Washington swamp who are not telling you the truth about serious allegations out there that Epstein may have had video and audio of people out there doing things they shouldn't have been doing. And you should be asking yourself the question, how is it that all these people, the CIA director, the Obama fixer, Bill Clinton, all intersected paths with Jeffrey Epstein? Jeffrey Epstein isn't with us anymore, and nobody seems to want to talk about it. Outside of a few entrepreneurial media outlets saying, hey, this is a big deal.
He killed himself. You want me to? I've seen the whole file. He killed himself.
Listen.
Really? Really, dude? Don't resign. Give us the truth. Okay. I don't know if we will ever get the truth. I don't know if you can handle the truth. You remember that movie? Can we handle the truth at this point? Can they ever get any credibility back? I don't know how you get credibility back with the FBI right now. Look at this. In March, truckload. July, no list. Listen to her.
We all did. And the FBI handed over a couple hundred pages of documents. But, you know, Sean, I gave them a deadline of Friday at 8 a.m. to get us everything. And a source had told me where the documents were being kept. Southern District of New York, shock. So we got them all by, hopefully all of them, Friday at 8 a.m. Thousands of pages of documents. I have the FBI going through them, and Cash is also, now that we have Cash here, it's a game changer, of course, and Cash is going to Director Patel.
Did the game change? Kaltenberg, Ben, let's see your evidence. I don't work for the FBI. I probably couldn't get cleared. I was just a dummy on a submarine. I'd probably never get a clearance for working for the FBI. Right? What has changed since Pam and Cash and Bongino got in here?
Is going to get us a detailed report as to why the FBI withheld all of those documents.
Okay, I want to be clear because I think people got frustrated because they were expecting more. You were expecting more, and you didn't find out less than 24 hours before the release. You got a whistleblower that confirmed that there were way more documents that they were supposed to turn over.
I've said for a long time, I didn't think there was a list. I knew there was no list. Oliver North, Colonel Oliver North, apparently got rid of all the Iran-Contra stuff, right? If you believe that, I'll sell you a bridge in, I don't know, beachfront property in Arizona or something. But I never really thought there was a list. And it just confirms basically everything that we thought, that there was no level of accountability. None. It's disgraceful of what we've seen. Somebody said we don't trust the paperwork. Okay, let's not trust it. Here we go. Massive credibility loss for binders, AG Pam Bondi. This is Rasmussen. I guess it's about as legitimate as Axios. The Johns are being allowed to skate. I'll tell you what's really interesting with all this. And maybe some of you will agree with me. Maybe some of you won't. Democrats are now screaming that Trump is hiding. Democrats are actually wanting the list released. Did you ever have on your bingo card, did you have Democrats begging for the Jeffrey list? Devil in a blue dress. Bill Clinton. Remember that photo of Bill? Now we want the names? The Democrat Party wants the names now. Interesting take. Interesting take. This is Brad Ray. Thank you very much. We'll get to that. Thank you for the super chat. This is a black eye on the Trump administration. Trump's legacy will be tarnished if not corrected. Remember Seth Rich and what would Rush be saying? Man. This is a time-lapse video, apparently, of the cell video on the DOJ website. Reportedly shows the full 11 hours around Jeffrey's unaliving. Nobody entered the cell after he was locked inside for the night. The guy's not alive. I don't really care about the guy. I think he's a scumbag and probably got what was coming to him. Somebody did us a favor and saved us billions of dollars in court cases. But answers would be good. It took us 60 plus years to get answers to JFK. We still don't know what the hell's going on. Look at this. Yeah. I'm glad they cut out like 8 seconds of the tape and gave us to us. Here we go. Internal FBI DOJ memo concluded no evidence that Jeffrey had a list. He was self-deleted. Pretty amazing. I'll give you a great story here, a little better than what this is. Scott Ruskin. This is a United States Coast Guard rescue swimmer. He saved 165 people in the Texas floods on his first ever official rescue mission. Usually don't think of needing a rescue swimmer in in Texas, San Antonio area. Super dry. Well, he got really busy. He should probably get some life-saving medals. I'm not sure he can get a Medal of Honor because I think that has to be in combat. But this guy was in a war for his life and all these kids' lives. Here's the other ironic part of this whole situation. So you got this guy saving 165 lives. Many of them small children at a girls' camp, girls' Christian camp. Camp Mystic, I think what it was called. And you've got the FBI coming out with a release closing the investigation on missing girls. Tinfoil hat time? I don't know. It's a very, very weird timeline to get into. Why did they come out on a Sunday night at 9:30? Here's somebody that I trust. Jack Posobiec runs Post Millennial. Southern Ninja, thank you so much. Jack Posobiec, February 7th, 2025, he got one of the binders. Right? Got one of the binders. Last night, I want answers, as many as possible, not press releases. He got a binder. Now he wants answers. Now he wants press releases. Jack, where were you at for the last 4 months and like 8 days? Where were you at with the demanding answers thing, Jack? Come on, dude. You got to throw me a bone here, bro. I think that the list, if there ever was a list, it was destroyed under the Biden administration, without a shadow of a doubt. The Obama administration, the Biden administration, the Clinton administration. That's what I firmly believe. But based on the latest development from the DOJ, the Epstein list is now complete. There was one person on it. Prince Andrew. That is it. I don't think you can prove me wrong. Here you go. Laura Loomer weighs in. I told you Blondie was a liar. Bondi says Epstein list is sitting on my desk and she is reviewing the files. Laura Loomer is more right than wrong. It's weird. And a lot of people discredit her. Look to Elon Musk to absolutely get rid of her off the platform. I really think that her days are numbered on X. And if you want some more news, you should probably look to True Social, finding your favorite people that you follow, going from there. This is only going to get uglier for the Trump administration. I believe the person that said that in the chat about this is a black eye on the Trump administration could very well be right. Same kind of black eye that Elon Musk got. Okay? That's what I kind of think. Massive credibility loss. You are not wrong. This is going to be everywhere. You're going to have ladies on The View demanding this. Anything they can to dunk on Trump. Brennan's getting investigated. Love it. All the world can now see the truth. Brennan, Clapper, Comey manipulated intelligence, silenced career professionals, all to get Trump. Thank you to career CIA officers who conducted this review and exposed the facts. Till I see somebody in chains, I am not going to believe anything. Israel pounded the Houthis in Yemen after another missile was intercepted. I'm okay with that. I really don't have a problem with it. Here's the story from Elon and Trump. Elon starting his own party. Trump says, quote, completely off the rails.